Hey guys, Ryan here with CrushingREI.com. I wanted to put together a video on wholesaling off the MLS. This has become a very popular strategy for new wholesalers. There's a lot of real estate gurus and mentors out there that are providing training on this and education on wholesaling off the MLS. And I can't tell you how many times that I have new investors, new wholesalers approaching me with deals. And one of the first questions I always ask them is this a listed property? And I would say more than 50% of the time it is. So there's nothing wrong with that. There are people that are making a really good living wholesaling off the MLS. But I just wanted to put together a quick video on my experience with it, talk about whether or not it's legit, whether or not you can do this, and then I'll kind of summarize it with what I think you should do. So for starters, let's talk about the MLS. If you're in real estate, or if you're a real estate agent, if you're a real estate investor, if you buy properties, I'm sure you're well aware of the MLS and how it works. So it's basically stands for multiple listing service. Real estate agents, they post a deal on a local MLS and it pops up on all of the websites, Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, Realtor.com, and there's many more. And so all these deals are listed. They're public. They get the most exposure, a lot more exposure than other methods of trying to sell your house. So the good news is that the marketing is free, right? These properties are already listed. These are sellers that have already committed to selling their property. You don't have to try to convince them to sell. They are ready to sell their property because the property is listed. So that's a pro, right? You don't have to spend money on marketing. So if you're a new wholesaler and you don't have any money, you don't have a marketing budget, then this is a very easy way for somebody to try to get a deal locked up under contract and then go ahead and try to market that to a cash buyer and earn an assignment fee. The problem is that because these deals are on the MLS, you're getting the most exposure. They're probably getting lots of offers from real estate agents, from investors, and I'm sure that they've already fielded several offers that are lower than the price they're asking. And as a wholesaler, even if we're going to wholesale properties on the market, we still want to look for properties that need some repairs, right? Don't go after properties that are in perfect condition. Those are going to usually sell pretty quick to a retail buyer. So you really want to target properties that are in distress or need some repairs, or that they've been sitting on the market for an extended period of time. So I do suggest, if you are going to try to wholesale off the MLS, look for properties that have been sitting on the market for at least 30 days, usually on Zillow, Redfin, or if you're a realtor, you'll be able to see the days on market. That's really important, because if it's only been on the market for 5 days, 10 days, 2 weeks, chances are they're not going to take an offer way under their asking price. So what you're looking for are properties that have been on the market for at least 30 days. The more, the better. And then here's the tricky part. You're going to have to offer probably 25 to 40% under the price they're asking in order to successfully wholesale a deal off the MLS. Now, why is this? Most investor buyers, most flippers are looking for a deal. And if this property isn't selling for the price that they're asking, it's probably priced too high. It also means that there's been lower offers on it that the seller has not accepted. So what happens is, once you start getting into 30 days, 60 days, 90 days on the market, the seller is probably becoming more and more motivated. Now, that's not always the case. They might just be, hey, this is the price that I'm asking for my house, and I'm not budging on price. And they'll literally wait it out. I've seen houses listed for a year before, and they won't budge on their price, but they do want to sell it. So what happens is in order to find a deal, find a seller that's willing to take an offer 25 to 40% under their asking price, you have to make a lot of offers. And when I say a lot, I mean you might have to make 10 offers a day. You might have to make 50 offers a week before you actually get a deal under contract. So I don't have the exact ratios, but I have heard that it might take 12 to 15 offers before you actually get a deal under contract. We don't do a whole lot of wholesaling off the MLS. We have done a couple of deals where a wholesaler or another investor has approached us with a deal on the market, and we were able to put together an assignment on that deal and make some money. But it's got to be a really, really good deal. You got to get it under contract for a price well under the asking price. The other piece to this is that you're going to be dealing with a seller's agent. Now that seller's agent, they're going to be hopefully just as motivated as you are, right, to get the deal, because they're going to get paid commission. They're probably sick of dealing with this property if it's been listed for, a long time. But you're also going to have to explain to the seller's agent, your process and what you're trying to do with the property. The easiest way to do that, if you're a pro, you've been wholesaling for a long time, you got a good buyer's list, you can usually go in pretty confidently with your offer and be confident that you're going to find a buyer. If you're newer, you might need to explain to the seller's agent that your contract is going to be assignable, that you work with a network of other investors, cash buyers, house flippers that you are ultimately going to assign the contract to. What you want to avoid is not disclosing those things and then tying up a deal with a real estate agent. They're going to start asking questions like, what's going on if you can't find a buyer? Just be upfront, make sure you disclose what you're doing. I got lots of other videos on YouTube that kind of explain how to do that, especially with the sellers as well. So wholesaling the MLS, I don't recommend it. I think it's a good way to get started in wholesaling, just to learn the process of how to make offers, how to get something under contract, and then how to find a buyer. I certainly don't think it's a bad place to start, but I wouldn't recommend trying to build a business out of it. I think that there's a lot of cash buyers and house flippers that prefer to buy deals from wholesalers that have off-market properties and properties that are not on the market, just because these guys can do the same thing. They can go on and they can make offers on Zillow and and try to get deals for a discount. I also think it's a lot of work too. I think that you could put in a full week's worth of work and make dozens of offers and then still come up empty-handed, just because you really, in order to get a deal, you really have to make a really low offer to get that deal under contract. So there's people out there that are absolutely doing it. They have processes in place where they're able to make lots of offers quickly. They're able to analyze properties very quickly, using, deal analyzer software. I know that Jerry Norton has a program called Flipster that does that pretty well. So, but if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Hit me up anytime, info@crushingrei.com. And I'll also put a link in the bio to my site in the blog post that goes into a little bit more detail about wholesaling off the MLS. And hopefully this video was helpful to those who are thinking about getting started in wholesaling. I also have an ebook, a step-by-step guide that will go over each step on how to wholesale from beginning to end. And these are off-market deals. So thanks for listening, and hopefully this was some good info for you.